30-foot mast. It from the base to the top is 30 feet.
Yeah.
From the base to top, we are beginning Blossom's mast. She's going to be a bird's mouth construction. Your wood that you cut lengthwise is down to 45-degree angles. And then it makes a bird's mouth rig. We're figuring out how big to make it and also how to taper it are two of the most important things to start with. And for scarfing the pieces, we usually scarf it lengthwise. That's how we did Norna's.
This will be the top of the mast.
So this is the bottom and that's the top.
And that's just tapering each one of these from 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches. That's just taking 1/4 inch off of each one of these. It's not a whole lot. You know? 'Cause these are, instead of 1.5 inches, these are 1.25 inches. So yeah, we'd be taking 1/4 inch from the whole length of that, which isn't a whole lot, really. Like, that's like hardly nothing, but it's amazing when you do it on each one. That 1/4 inch, that's half, 1 inch, half, 2 inches you take off.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't look like a cone.
You're gonna look like a cone.
How do you gradually taper it though? Go from like 6 and then come down a little more and then a little more, or what do you do?
You just draw a line on this, each one of these, and power plane it down. You know, chalk a line on it or draw a line on it, power plane it down until they're all 1.25 inches at that end and 1.5 inches at this end, and spare it in straight if you can get them. I mean, you could try to make some kind of a jig, but Jesus, that's a lot. I think we just get them as close as we can and go for it.
Okay.
But I think at the base, that's going to be really strong down at the base then. And we'll try to taper it right from the get-go. And tapering it here is going to automatically make it smaller and keep the staving still, you know, close to being the same. It's going to be obviously almost the same. It's going to be the same thickness here still. But then we can actually take more off just by planing it, you know, down. If we decide we don't want it that big at the top, you still got a lot of meat to shave with, see? So we can still shave some of this off. So starting big is probably a good idea because
and then the inner circle gets skinnier
the
too.
inner stays the same.
Well, not
the inner
here.
circle, yeah, because we're tapering these.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is good because that's better than the inner circle staying big.
Yeah, yeah, and shaving
then this
it down.
getting real thin.
Yeah.
See? So now we'll have plenty to play with to make it lighter or smaller after we glue it up. So let's just leave it a little big, and then we'll decide after we glue it together how thick if we want to take more
How much
off.
do we want to taper off?
It seems too heavy or whatever. You know, I suppose more off.
Here is all of the lumber
So,
milled up. We decided instead of on the plans, we were thinking 30 foot, but I think we're gonna do a little less. Number one, the reason why is
Colin's a maniac.
a maniac.
I want to go 30 feet. We're taking 2 feet off your plans.
And the reason why is we can only get 16 footers on the Douglas fir, so that makes it where if we want to do a
joints right in the same.
yeah, rejoins in the same spot.
So we got a 13 footer and a 16 footer.
That we can make the scarf work and be able to switch it, flip it here and there. That way it's not all in one, right in the middle of the mast. And also we kind of figured we had made it 30 feet because of having the topsail, but usually what you could do is put another mast up there to make the topsail work, which we'll probably end up doing if we do ever do a topsail. But for now, let's build a mast.
Topsail mast could be our spinnaker, spinnaker pole, or our pole for our
yard?
Jib.
You mean yard?
No, we're not gonna.
So, and also the reason why we're making the mast a little bit smaller is so that it will sit on the boat nicer also, which is another key for having a trailerable vessel. Okay, anyway, back at it. We're also doing a 2-foot scarf.
12 to 1. Just plenty.
And we're doing the scarf so that the scarf is on the inside in here. So when this butts up to it, you don't even see the scarf.
Okay. Because when we glue them together, we can lay a piece of square stock in there to keep them straight in that 45, or whatever.
Right.
And put plastic on it and clamp it. That way we don't have to run this whole board through the saw on
to
a 45.
Cut the 45, right. So we're going to cut the 45 first and then do the scarves?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're going to try here.
Next, cutting the 45s.
And that, now we're putting the saw at a 45-degree angle. We're using epoxy on all this, so it's kind of like you got a little bit of play with everything. It's really pretty, makes it easier to build. This mast is this type of mast is a lot easier to build than, say, if you didn't have the 45s, they were just button joints. I'm not even sure what that measurement is, 22 and a half, or I don't know what it is, 15 degrees or something, I don't know. But to do 8 sides, I have to figure it out. This just works out so much easier, so I don't have to do that.
Time to glue the mast.
My thing is it might slide around a little bit when with all that glue on there.
Can we put some screws somehow, or?
You'll want to.
I mean, not in the mast itself, but like in the cable.
Nah, not really, I don't know.
Get a squeegee.
Yeah, just to clean this inside of it up.
Okay. Scarf? What scarf? I don't see any scarf.
Yeah, you can see. Don't get cocky enough on it.
Kitty. Alright, all of the boards are now glued.
We gotta make them lighter.
Now we're gonna, yeah, now we're gonna taper them down. Covered rags.
Rag.
Yep, taper them to shape. We cut them to size. So this is all the firewood. And so this is a lengthened version of this. So you can see how each piece interlocks with each other.
What's the size of it down here? Shit.
What is it?
It's still like 4 3/4. Yeah, it's not, hold on.
Wasn't it supposed to be 5.5 once you
At the end.
all of the
I took a 1/4 inch off each one.
circle?
Supposed to